Every rider thinks the deadliest crash will never happen to them, until it does. And here's the disturbing truth. The crash that kills more riders than anything else isn't some freak accident. It isn't a high-speed stunt gone wrong, and it's not something only newbies fall victim to. It's predictable, it's common, and yet almost nobody practices the one trick that can save them from it. Why? Because most riders have been brainwashed into believing that skill on a motorcycle is about speed, control, or even fearlessness. But in reality, survival on the road is about one very specific reaction that your body will not give you naturally when panic hits. That's why most riders freeze, make the wrong move, and pay the ultimate price. Today, I'm going to expose that trick. The one that separates riders who walk away from riders who never get a second chance. Once you understand it, you'll realize how blind most bikers really are. And the best part? It only takes a few minutes to practice, yet it could be the single reason you're still alive tomorrow. Now, let's talk about this deadly crash. Statistically, the #1 killer of riders is the left turn collision. A car pulls out in front of you, usually at an intersection, and you, going straight, slam right into it. It happens so fast, most riders don't even register what's happening until they're already flying over the hood. And here's the chilling part. Almost every rider thinks they'll react correctly when it happens. But science says otherwise. In that split second of panic, your instincts betray you. Instead of swerving, you grab the brakes and lock up. Instead of dodging, you freeze. And in that moment, your body signs your death warrant. But here's where the trick comes in. Riders who survive don't survive because of luck. They survive because they've trained one specific muscle memory, the emergency swerve. It sounds simple. You countersteer, push hard on the handlebar in the direction you need to escape, and your bike darts out of the collision path. That's it. That's the difference between clipping a bumper at 60 miles per hour and carving past it alive. But here's the insane part. Almost no rider practices this. Everyone practices wheelies, burnouts, or high-speed runs. But almost no one goes into an empty lot and drills emergency swerves. And that's why so many riders die in situations that were completely preventable. Think about it. If you were to ride today and a car cut you off, do you honestly believe your body would choose the right reaction? Or would you panic, grab the brakes, and let momentum decide your fate? That's the uncomfortable question most riders never ask themselves. Because asking it forces you to face the truth. Your survival on the road isn't about how cool you look. It's about whether or not you've programmed your brain to react instantly when death appears right in front of you. And the beauty of this trick? It's not complicated. You don't need expensive gear. You don't need a racetrack. You don't even need a coach. All you need is a quiet stretch of road or a parking lot. Pick a marker, ride toward it, and at the last second, force yourself to swerve around it, left, right, over and over again. At first, it'll feel awkward, but slowly it becomes automatic. And that's the entire point. You want this reaction baked so deep into your nervous system that when a car pulls out, you don't think, you just move. Because here's the reality no one wants to admit. When that life or death moment comes, you won't rise to the occasion. You'll fall to the level of your training. If your training is 0, your chances are 0. But if you've drilled this trick, even once or twice a week, your survival odds skyrocket. And that tiny bit of effort is what separates the riders who tell stories from the riders who become stories. So let me ask you something. Be honest with yourself. If a car pulled out in front of you right now, do you trust your instincts to save you? Or deep down, do you know you'd probably freeze like most riders? That's the uncomfortable truth almost nobody wants to admit. And here's where it gets interesting. Some riders watching this will immediately say, "I'd be fine. I know what I'm doing." But the reality is, confidence isn't the same as preparation. The riders who truly survive are the ones who've swallowed their pride and actually drilled this trick until it's automatic. So I want to hear from you. Have you ever actually practiced an emergency swerve in a parking lot? Or are you riding around every single day gambling on pure luck? Drop your answer in the comments and be honest. Because the truth is, this one question divides riders into two categories: those who prepare and those who pray. Which one are you?